the early hours of April 26, 1986, a routine safety test at Reactor No. 4 of the Chernobyl Nuclear Power Plant in Soviet Ukraine led to one of the worst nuclear disasters in history. The test was designed to determine whether the reactor's turbines could provide enough power to keep cooling systems running during a blackout. But a combination of design flaws in the RBMK reactor and critical operator errors created a dangerous surge in power. Within seconds, the reactor became unstable. Two explosions followed, blowing off the heavy steel and concrete lid and exposing the reactor core to the open air. The explosion released massive amounts of radioactive material into the atmosphere, including iodine-131 and cesium-137, which spread across large parts of Europe. Firefighters and plant workers arrived within minutes, many unaware of the invisible radiation surrounding them. They battled fires on the roof and around the reactor building, preventing the blaze from spreading to other units. Several first responders received lethal doses of radiation and later died from acute radiation sickness. In the days that followed, helicopters dropped sand, boron, and lead onto the burning reactor in an attempt to contain the release. At first, local authorities did not immediately evacuate the nearby city of Pripyat. Nearly 50,000 residents continued their daily routines for over 30 hours before buses arrived to relocate them. Eventually, a 30-kilometer exclusion zone was established, displacing more than 100,000 people from surrounding communities. The Soviet government initially kept information limited, but elevated radiation levels detected in Sweden forced public acknowledgement of the disaster. In the months that followed, hundreds of thousands of workers, known as liquidators, were mobilized to clean up the site. They removed contaminated debris, buried radioactive soil, and constructed a massive concrete structure known as the sarcophagus to enclose the damaged reactor. In 2016, a larger steel structure called the new Safe Confinement was placed over the original shelter to further contain radioactive materials and allow for safer dismantling operations. The human and environmental consequences were profound. Dozens of plant workers and firefighters died in the immediate aftermath, and long-term health effects, including increased thyroid cancer rates among children exposed to radioactive iodine, were documented in affected regions. Large areas of land in Ukraine, Belarus, and Russia were contaminated, though wildlife has since returned to parts of the exclusion zone in the absence of human settlement. The Chernobyl disaster exposed serious weaknesses in nuclear safety culture and reactor design. It led to major reforms in international nuclear regulations and greater transparency in reporting accidents. More than 3 decades later, Chernobyl remains a symbol of both technological risk and human resilience, a stark reminder of the consequences when complex systems fail and information is withheld.